Today, we'll be discussing the potential for more winter storms as we head into Super Bowl weekend, and we'll take a look at the weather pattern through the middle of February. Could this bring more cold and more winter storms? We'll answer that question later in the video. For now, to stay engaged with the weather forecast, make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow along with all my detailed, accurate weather breakdowns. Turn on the post notification bell so you're notified about any future videos and live streams. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share it with friends, family, and on social media. I definitely appreciate it. Detailed temperature outlook. Let's take a look at the high temperatures achieved across the western U.S. this afternoon. The warmest air was found across the south, from Southern California eastward to New Mexico and West Texas, where we saw a lot of 70s and 80s. The coldest air was further north in Montana, where temperatures were sub-zero, even reaching single digits below zero this afternoon. As we head into tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, here's where temperatures will be. In Montana, we could see temperatures as cold as 10 to 15 degrees below zero, with wind chills possibly pushing 30 below, especially in northeastern Montana. Down in Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, and West Texas, temperatures will mainly be in the 40s and 50s to start Thursday morning. In the central U.S., the coldest air this afternoon was up to the north. If you walked outdoors in the Twin Cities, Milwaukee, or Chicago, it was pretty chilly, with temperatures ranging from the teens to the low 30s. The warmest air was down in Texas, especially West Texas, where temperatures reached near 90 this afternoon. Along the Gulf Coast states from Louisiana eastward to Georgia, we saw highs in the mid to upper 70s. As we start Thursday morning, temperatures will only drop into the mid and upper 60s along the Gulf Coast. Cold air moving into Texas and Minnesota could bring single digits, and wind chills in places like North Dakota could push close to 30 below zero tomorrow morning. So if you're heading off to work or school, make sure to bundle up and wear layers, as this could lead to frostbite in less than 30 minutes. Northeast and eastern U.S. outlook. The Northeast will be the coldest this afternoon, with highs in the single digits and teens. Further east from the Ohio Valley to the mid-Atlantic, temperatures will be a bit warmer. Down in Georgia, South Carolina, and especially South Central Florida, temperatures reached well into the 80s this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, lows from Kentucky south to the Gulf Coast will be in the 60s, but some colder air moving into Virginia and North Carolina could bring lows near freezing, or even in the low 40s, so it will be a little chillier, especially in North Carolina. Pineapple Express, detailed breakdown. Let's take a look at the West, where we've been pummeled by very heavy rain and snow over the past several days. This is what we call the Pineapple Express, or the atmospheric river. We're taking a brief break from it in California, although there could still be some rain and snow showers. They won't be as widespread. However, another storm system will move in tomorrow afternoon, bringing more widespread rain to the foothills and heavier snow to higher elevations like the Sierras and Cascades in Oregon. This will continue into Friday, and then will shut off moisture for the most part across the West by Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, February 9th. Weekend outlook. Where will our temperatures go as we move through the upcoming weekend? Tomorrow, Friday, February 7th, the warmest air will be back in Texas. Ahead of the weekend system, we'll see some warmer air, but that weekend storm will pull in colder air, especially up north. The coldest air will be felt in the northern U.S., but the actual coldest core of air will be up in Alberta and Saskatchewan in western Canada by Super Bowl Sunday. Looking at additional rainfall, we could see a couple more inches in the foothills of California and up into Oregon. As for snowfall, there could be another 2 feet on the way for the Sierras over the next few days. If you love skiing or snowboarding, you're in for a treat, as we have plenty more snow coming your way in addition to what we've already seen. Big winter storms, detailed breakdown. And a troublesome storm system could impact the Midwest, Ohio Valley, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic with an ice storm that may start breaking out this evening in places like northern Illinois, northern Indiana, and Ohio. The pink areas represent ice, blue is snow, and green is rain. This system will strengthen as it moves eastward. Heavier precipitation rates will likely lower ice accretion, especially in Pennsylvania, which is what we're hoping for. Hopefully, we'll see a lot of runoff and minimal ice accretion, which could help temper the ice storm potential in Pennsylvania. We do have some cold air moving in through Maryland, the panhandle of West Virginia, and Northern Virginia. On the severe weather side, we'll be keeping an eye on Kentucky and Tennessee. Further north, snow will continue. This pattern will carry on into Friday. The Storm Prediction Center has maintained a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk, dark green, across southern Ohio, western West Virginia, and Kentucky, places like Lexington, Richmond, Pikeville, and down into Nashville and Jackson, Tennessee. These areas have the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, quarter-size hail, and a very low but brief tornado risk. As we move into Thursday, a similar area will have a marginal risk, though the area will be smaller. Looking at the next storm system, we can see a low pressure system developing around southwestern Kansas. Snow is expected to the north with deeper cold air in place. Moisture from the Gulf will bring rainfall to the Ohio Valley. By Saturday evening, the snow line may shift slightly further south, and the ice threat will remain in similar areas. Severe weather risks, including stronger storms, could affect Kentucky and Tennessee on Saturday night into Sunday. Precipitation outlook in the east for the east. Between now and Super Bowl Sunday, we could see a couple of inches of rain in the Ohio River Valley and Tennessee Valley. Heavier precipitation will move toward the northeast, where much of it will fall as snow. Notable snow is expected from the Twin Cities to Green Bay over to Grand Rapids, with the heaviest snow across the north. Breaking it down further, the first system coming through by Friday could bring 2 to 4 inches of snow in areas like Boston, Concord, New Hampshire, Hartford, Providence, Trenton, Albany, New York, and surrounding areas. The second system will add another 5 to 8 inches, and by Super Bowl Sunday evening, places like Boston, Concord, New Hampshire, and Albany, New York could see up to a foot of snow. Ice threat and travel concerns. The ice threat is significant, especially in Pennsylvania. The heavier precipitation rates should lead to lower ice accretion, but I still expect some treacherous travel and scattered power outages in the Ohio Valley and Pennsylvania. Areas in Maryland, the panhandle of West Virginia, eastern portions of West Virginia, northern Virginia, and even Delaware could see up to a quarter inch of ice, with isolated spots possibly reaching half an inch. This could cause significant problems on the roads and power outages. Big snowstorm detail breakdown. Looking ahead to next week, from Monday, February 10th to Friday, February 14th, we'll see much colder air moving into the U.S. from the plains, potentially diving as far south as the Texas Panhandle. This will suppress the high-pressure ridge and allow for an active storm track across the country. By Monday, February 10th, we could see another storm developing in the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and I-95 corridor in the northeast, bringing a chance of snow through Wednesday. Later in the week, another storm system could develop, though the intensity is still uncertain. And however, I'm more confident that the storm later in the following week, around the 15th, 16th, and 17th, could be the biggest winter storm of February so far, potentially bringing snow, ice, and severe weather. Next week, before the big storm, we could see a decent swath of snow across the Midwest, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast. The I-95 corridor from Boston to New York City, Philly, and Baltimore could see 6 to 12 inches or more. Meanwhile, the Gulf Coast and Southeast could experience heavy rainfall, leading to the potential for flash flooding, as each successive storm system could saturate the soil. Long-term forecast, February 15th to 22nd. Looking further ahead, from Saturday, February 15th to Saturday, February 22nd, the cold air will begin in Western Canada and shift down into the plains. This will bring snow as above normal precipitation overlaps with the cold air in the eastern U.S. The Ohio Valley, Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast we'll likely see significant snowfall during the third week of February. To follow along with all my detailed, accurate weather updates, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss my future videos and live streams. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, family, and on social media. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and I'll make sure to answer them after the video. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Wednesday.